Looks like Parasite and Scout were the final bans. And first pick Engineer, nothing new there. Pebbles even followed up there by Excellent, and then Aluna picked early on by Call of Karma. So we don't often see early Aluna pick anymore. Used to be perhaps one of the most preferred support heroes in the game, but
Yeah.
she has kind of died off recently. She certainly offers great counter push. I think that's kind of her niche now in terms of a support hero. But other than that, heroes like Pyromancer and Engineer, especially those two, have kind of stepped up as the premier support heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, Luna most certainly. Glacius for the longest time too. I mean, he's still definitely up there, but he has fallen off a little bit as far as competitive play goes. But Rally going to be the pickup there for Call of Karma. So, with the first pick of Luna going the Rally, this is more of a later on Tour Season 1 kind of drafting here coming out from Call of Karma. Still powerful, but it is definitely not the preferred as of late, at least, as far as especially where they're being picked up here. So again, definitely curious to see how this ultimately does work out for Call of Karma. Shadowplay was right-clicked that whole time by who apparently is Flensmeister, also known as I Catch Arrows here. And sure enough, Pew does oblige. They go with the Shadowblade pickup. Monkey King, the final pick, on the other hand, from Call of Karma. What about Shadowblade for you? You like Shadowblade? Do you think he's a solid hero?
I think with the introduction of Dawnbringer, he got way better because it just
Yeah.
fits that hero so perfectly. It gives him farming potential, all the mana regen he needs to farm. I've talked to some heroes, Yeah, I've been talking
Talk to the
Monkey
heroes
King,
in the
but,
game, and they tell me stories.
yeah, Cthulhu Fawn's hard to understand, but no, I've been talking to people who are pretty familiar with that, and they feel like Dawnbringer made that hero infinitely better. So whether this is a strategy they have, or perhaps it's just a hero request, like, hey, I want to play Shadowblade. That's usually how my
Yeah.
team goes. We usually ask Trough what hero he wants to play. He's like, Trough, you're playing Torch. Boring. Let me play Nightbound. So sometimes
Sounds
that
like
does
that
happen
too.
in games. But Shadowblade Dawnbringer makes him pretty darn good. I mean, I've seen some Shadowblades carry pretty hard, not in competitive matches, but man, even Impact Shadowblade, whew,
Yeah.
he does a ton of damage, especially with his ranged form and the extra damage you get the int from the light brand and the dot. I mean, he can definitely be a beast. So I'm curious to see if they're gonna like 2-2-1 him or have him solo against the hero. Because I don't know how well he does in a solo lane, but there's a Master of Arms pick, so that kind of leads me to believe that perhaps they would do a 2-2-1 or
Yeah.
maybe some kind of. They could even still do a tri lane, of course, but we'll have to see. Lots of options for Team Excellent. Not a whole lot about their lanes revealed. Yeah, so while I was rambling, looks like Fade, Tempest, Ophelia, Warbeast, Deadwood, and Keeper banned out. So a lot of those junglers, Tempest, Ophelia especially, hell, even Warbeast Keeper could be considered jungles, were eliminated. So Call of Karma, I think, while they could run an offlane rally, might opt to pick up their offlaner here. And they, as well, have not revealed a whole lot about their lanes and drafts. So both teams with pretty versatile heroes at this point.
Yeah. So definitely a lot of the junglers coming out there. It's kind of interesting the fact that it made it even to that stage. All those, but again, just in general lately though, it seems like that's been more of a transition. Teams kind of going away from that. But Shadowblade, a lot of very interested to see both Trout and Emperor. Even I mean, both were definitely fans of the hero, from what I could tell, as you're kind of referring to with Trout at least. So. It's just, in practice, in theory it's one thing, but obviously in practice it's another thing as far as actually seeing him develop and dominate at the competitive level. But I think it is one of those more of a, I wanted to try this hero this game, have fun with it. It is a fun tournament in the end. After all, you are up 1-0 and pretty decisive first game victory, so taking that into consideration, I'm sure. Empath, the follow-up pick from Call of Karma, so yeah, both teams potential to either do that 2-2-1 setup or even the tri-lane going to be coming out here. Bubbles, the final pick from Excellence, and now the final one from Call of Karma. You would figure most likely more of that solo hero themselves. We'll see what that ends up being, but yeah, it's going the Monkey King over here for Call of Karma. He too has been shining quite a bit, both on the TMM as well as the competitive scene. Dark Lady actually going to be the final pick, so didn't see that one coming.
I like it. I like when the other team has tri-lane potential. I really like picking heroes with escapes and that can do well against tri-lane. And certainly we have seen Dark Lady in the past do pretty well in a disadvantaged lane for her. She can farm pretty freely with that Taint Soul and escape pretty quickly with the charging strike. So
Yeah.
Not that greedy of a pick, maybe a little. A lot is going to hinge once again on how the lanes go, because honestly, each team can do a number of things with their lanes. And this has been talked about on the forum some, but teams are just not really willing to go for that safe lane, tri lane much, just because of the pull mechanic.
Yeah.
It's very hard for both your supports to find farm when it takes so long to stack and pull. You have to do it like 3 times or 2 times even, then you can pull the triple stack. So teams definitely shying away from that. So usually when you have a tri lane, it usually goes aggressive. Now we do see Rally running to this bottom lane. Looks like he's got a ward. And I believe Vision, he played Parasite last game. So maybe Tutankhamun got benched for suicide last game. But yeah, the makings of a 2-2-1 for Team Excellent. And then Bassett's with boots. Remember, he is Swedish. He's a huge troll running up to this top lane. So it looks like it's going to be like a freeform Dark Lady top, which Kyle Karma has to be pretty happy about. Aluna Monkey King. Monkey King is kind of considered like a soft counter almost to Pebbles in the middle lane just because of how low his armor is.
Yeah.
The amount of burst you can do with all of Monkey King's physical damage after a few levels is pretty absurd. So I think this is a pretty good lane for them, even if Aluna is not quite as powerful as Engineer. If Aluna has good positioning, they should be able to withstand this lane pretty well. And then bottom lane, Shadow Blade should get complete freeform along with Dark Lady, and then Master of Arms being played by Pew should do a decent job of zoning out Rally, but they don't have a whole lot of kill potential down here, so I think Rally should actually do pretty good in this bottom lane. I think he should get more than Bubble should, to be honest. So Kala Karma, their lanes definitely set up pretty well, but yeah, here we go. I think a lot of it's going to come down to play, as it always does.
Yeah, that's obviously, and you look back at last game, Excellent definitely had the number of Call of Karma, but hey, it's a brand new game here. We'll see. Call of Karma is going to be a little bit different. Shadowblade actually going to be tanking the creep wave here at the bottom lane initially, and then pulling back to his own creep wave, cutting down a lot of trees as well. If anything, trying to find Rally perhaps as far as where he's hiding, but as you can see, Vision here on Rally is being very crafty. Master of Arms. Pew's going to try to figure out where the hell is he. I think he might have found him. No? Okay, he probably saw him right there. Yeah, and now he definitely sees him. So into the lane. Rally actually going to be gone on right here. Shadowblade even initiates with the Q, the Gargantuan Blast here. But Rally more than fine in the end. So I will say... Oh, wow, middle lane, yeah. Some action, but go ahead. Bubbles? Oh my god, Bubbles actually... Yep, Bubbles going to fall. Calberg takes him out right there. Bubbles with those first item boots. Not working out the best for Bassett, apparently. I caught that. It seems like he might have been watching that, but caught that at the very end there.
Yeah, he was kind of like hiding in the trees, and Dark Lady actually skilled his Dark Blade to level 1 and kind of ran up to him, and I think he shell surfed, but as he shell surfed, he got hit with the Dark Blades and then continued to be silenced, so kind of got stuck in there, and then of course with the assistance of Empath, they pretty easily took him out, so Empath getting that Bloodlust probably would have liked to be Dark Lady, but in the end, it's not a big deal. Middle lane, though, on a nice vault is going to save him for a bit, but here comes Bubbles as well, even to assist. So
yeah,
that's what I was talking about. Luna has to be very, very careful in this middle lane because at level 2, you are likely to be dead if you get caught out. So unfortunately, Luna going to go down with the assistance of Bubbles. So immediately poisons the middle lane, at least make something happen even after feeding a kill.
Yeah.
Top, so definitely good for this middle lane. Rally, by the way, in this bottom lane, going to take some pressure here. Does have the compel available, and yeah, he's actually no. Here we go. Shadowblade's gonna be dying here, and do they have enough to kill him? No, they don't. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, looks like there's a little bit of back and forth there as well. So action in all the lanes pretty key.
Yeah.
Got ourselves looking like it's gonna be a hopefully pretty active game so far.
Yeah, with that Gargantuan Blast here, I wanted to comment on that from Shadowblade. Not only does it apply that good slow, some decent damage, but just how tanky it makes him. When he maxes that out, it looks like he might be going for that build of leveling it up first with the 4 points into it. You're looking at 8 armor as well as 4 magic armor, and then the 12 strength on top of that. So, it's almost a free Mystic Vestments, really, when you think about it that way. In the 4 instead of the 5 magic armor on top of the physical armor. So, yeah, it seems like that is kind of a preferred build in a lot of cases for Shadowblades. And he does go the 2-2, so not even putting the point into his E in the Soul Sight either. At least for a little bit of range presence early on, just wants to go straight up. Gargantuan Blast and Faint Siphon here, so Curious to see again how that progresses, but had a little bit of a lag there, a lag spike by the way. I believe it was on our end, so apologize for that. I think the stream should be fine though and everything, so just heads up on that. We were aware of it. I think that was our end. But anyways, back to the middle lane here. You see Bubbles is hanging around once again. Bassett's wants to make something else happen, but so is Kalberg's playing that empath, so kind of a tri-lane setup here in the middle lane. This War to Rev, it may be spotting Bubbles here shortly, and in fact, there we go. Monkey King needs to be careful. They're going to go in, though. Wall's going to be coming out, maybe? No, he turns around, actually. Pebbles goes back in. Monkey King going to go back and forth. Bonus 5-0. In some trouble. Misses the stalagmites right there. Pebbles being locked down. Turret's going to come out, but Pebbles will fall in the end. Bubbles going to shove him away. Monkey King taking a lot of damage from Engineer, though. Fine holding this ground, but Monkey King is going to reach in the end. The bottle charges come out, and now Bassett's actually Power Throw connects. Monkey King has that one jump slam, has a Heavenly Fault. Is he going to be able to catch Bubbles is the question. Shells over 2 seconds. Nice wall off right there from Empath. The shell serve through, though. He's going to be fine. One more auto attack away, though. Monkey King, I would think with a one jump, some Heavenly Fault maybe, but nope, not going to even go for it. Bubbles is fine in the end, so at least they get the one kill into Pebbles, though. Pretty happy if you're Color Carmen. It ain't over just yet, actually. What Rowley's doing now. Rowley's hanging on nearby. Not going to go in yet, though. They're waiting for the timing.
They're waiting for opportunity. Luna has one power throw, and the Monkey King has almost everything, so Legion is aware of at least where Empath is. He got that ward of sight. You can see pretty much right next to Empath. Looks like she was hanging around. Thought they could get something mid, but looks like she will. No? What's she doing? She's just flying around. Okay.
Coming back, because Monkey King actually being jumped on right here. Rally coming out, though. Rally has a compel. He uses a compel himself, combos both of them. Luna comes in with a stun. Empath coming back at himself, has that wall. The Essence Slate going to be used, though, first. The stun's going to come out. Pebbles being locked in. The wall not to be used just yet. Isn't even going to be used in the end. It doesn't look like it. Luna takes the kicks in the meantime. They are going to get the kill on the Pebbles over here, but now Luna on the run. Master Boss with the cutoff with the charge shot. They will get the kill to Luna, so it ends up being a 1-for-1. The wall, not enough mana now for Kalberg. Just using that Essence Slate. Gets compelled over Bubbles right there. And I believe that is going to be the end of that, though. Monkey King found himself disappearing fairly early on in that fight. You see, he is low on life, so had to get back to base. But it ends up being a 1-for-1. Again, a trade that if you're the Hellborn team, you're pretty happy with that, as he did get the kill on the Pebbles for a Luna right there. So, once again, looking better. A lot of movement here early on. It ain't over just yet. Once again, Pebbles being locked on the Essence, like not going to wall off right there. I don't know about that choice, actually. Wall off could have maybe resulted in another kill, but they don't get it. Anyways, crazy action in the middle lane, Razor.
Yeah, room coming up in the top lane. Looks like Bubbles was trying to contest it, but Empath will pick it up. Just a refreshment, though. So Bubbles is being pretty manly here. I don't think they can catch him, though. No, he's actually got those early Striders even, so he's like, I'm not getting Steam Boots. I have 100 GPM. Might as well just get Striders. So, yeah, definitely some fun action to watch. I feel like there should be more kills than fun. I feel like there's been like a ton of kills, but apparently not. Shadowblade going to initiate onto Rally here, but he will with that compel. Just barely escape. I'm curious to see what kind of build Flinsmeister goes for, because I feel like Shadowblade, when you're talking about the Gargantuan's Blast, he can definitely be a hero that can participate in fights early. He's got, you know, pretty good magic damage. He can be pretty tanky with the Gargantuan's Blast, put out some solid damage. So I'm curious to see if he goes for a more early game build or more of like maybe, you know, something like a light brand for farming.
Yeah.
Or hell, even Roomp. He's gonna go in the bottom lane, but Rally, wants to dive him. Is he gonna get him?
Oh, nope.
Needs to change his treads.
Nope, not gonna happen.
He could have killed him, but he would have been really deep after he changed his Steam Boots for Faint Siphon. But probably the safer choice, just to back off in case someone was rotating, as Luna is rotating a little down here. But no, thinks better of it. So close Rally, as he is wont to do.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the Energizer is actually probably a pretty good choice here for Shadowblade. You know, kind of going along those lines of exactly right. I mean, he can have the earlier game impact, and Energizer are a great build-up item for that purpose. They are going to come, by the way, Monkey King in the middle, and the Chuck used on top of the Stalagmites right there. Actually pulls in a Luna as well, and it ends up being a double tap for the team. Bassett's comes in to get the kill onto a Luna even. So nice 2-for-0 exchange right there, and again, just great initiation. Got the Stalagmites off on a Monkey King before he was able to get away. And we see the end result, so well played by Team Excellent's part. But yeah, maybe with the way the game is going, the fact that they got those 2 kills right there and the game progresses, maybe something like more like the light brand even. But
I like the I think Energize would actually be good. I think it complements his skill set very well. Speaking of skill set, Rally. Oh, I think he's gonna be fine. Pew does not have. Oh, he has a nuke in 3 mana. He's gonna go for it. Gonna dive. I think he can get it. Oh, he shot it to the left. Wow, that sucks, Pew. Nice try.
just guessed wrong there as far as the direction. One Jim Slam in the middle lane. Monkey King trying to catch Pebbles out. Empath and Aluna were charging as well, but not able to do so. Now Monkey King does have a regen room bottled up, so perhaps a reason to why he's looking to play aggressive. You know, another build that we have seen before is this Helm of the Black Legion actually on Shadowblade, and it seems like he might be going for that. It could be the Rune Cleaver as well, so not to put that completely out of the question. He brought that up as a possibility. I don't know. For me, though, it just seems like if you're going to go with that farming tool on this guy, it seems like the Light Brand is maybe the better choice. Just build it into the Searing Light. If anything, the Dawnbringer could be a great item on him. So I assume that's going to be the Helm of the Black Legion is where I'm getting at here with that Life 2 pickup. But
You know, my mentor, Sebuska, said if you don't know what to get on heroes, just get Helm of the Black Legion and Steam Boost.
good on everyone.
When a new hero came out, he would pretty much just get those every time. So, could be the way to go. Yeah, I really like the Energizer. I think the Energizer into something like a Searing Light could be good.
Yeah.
Rally in the bottom lane is in a lot of trouble. Does not have Compel. Here comes Luna, though, with the turnaround. And he has Compel in 1 second. This Shadowblade is so dead. He's got... he's juking. He's juking.
No!
Oh! Holy crap, Flinsmeister is the best. They're going to continue to chase. He has a power throw. Will he be able to juke this, too?
Oh, my God. No,
Yep.
not even close.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I feel like it was great play by Flinsmeister, no doubt, as far as sidestepping, but I think Raleigh could have been a little more patient right there. But he just wanted to go. Flinsmeister was being very crafty. Middle lane in the meantime, Empath being turned around. A Monkey King winning first. Empath going to be counted on. She will fall. And Monkey King, not much more he could have done right there. That was just a great catch by Team Excellent. They countered on top of Monkey King missing the initial combo, and it worked out beautifully. Now, it's something we really haven't talked too much about, but we cannot forget about it at the same time. I am carry on Dark Lady. Look at his farm. He is nearly 370 gold per minute, actually. But still, he is tops in the game right now. Great creep score, 70 and 65. Holy crap. He is denying the crap out of that creep wave. But Rune Cleaver is actually just about finished. So as much action we've had in elsewhere, we talked about Shadowblade, the farm that he's getting to start, what he's going to be going. I mean, Dark Liddy is looking pretty good here.
He is. I'd actually be a little worried if I was Team Excellent. I feel like he's been left unchecked for about 11 minutes now. Complete free farm, like you said, almost got the Rune Cleaver. And looks like Empath starting to do... There's actually a stack here. The hard camp closest to Dark Lady, and then one, of course, closest to the Hellborn base. And even the Ancients are double stacked as well. So definitely keeping up on the stacking. Gonna boost Dark Lady's farm pretty considerably. So yeah, actually, you're right. It's been relatively quiet up in this top lane. We've been focusing on everything else, but he is very farm. So it's gonna... I think Flinsmeister's items on the Shadowblade is gonna determine a lot. If he goes for the early game items so they can go and fight and try and take an advantage before Dark Lady gets too big, or maybe he'll just try and out carry. But speaking of Flinsmeister in the bottom lane, was playing up pretty aggressive and will escape. Though Rally's probably like, man, I don't want to get embarrassed again. But in the middle lane, double damage Pebbles, and yes, man, this combo mid, Pebbles NG, certainly one of the best lanes in the game.
Yeah.
So I talked about Monkey King being fantastic against Pebbles, but Excellent, definitely having a better time in this middle lane. Pebbles making it work. About 300 gold per minute compared to Monkey King's 199, so definitely say one mid lane.
Well, yeah, at the same, obviously it's been more than just a straight-up 2v2. There's been a lot of roaming to that middle lane. When you look at the creep farm, it's actually Monkey King not doing too bad compared to the Pebbles, but it is trying to pull ahead even more so for Pebbles. So, you know, as scary as Dark Lady is, with that said, is she going to initiate right, actually? She has Dark Blades. Yes, she is. Dark Blades come out. A couple of auto attacks, but Bubbles a little too fast. And I think I'm Carry might have overstepped her boundaries right here. She's going to use a cover of darkness. Nice dodge on the keg stun. Turret also going to be dodged, but it kind of cuts her off. She's looking to maybe turn things around. It is just Engineer and Bubbles so far. And I think Dark Lady's going to be fine in the end. Middle lane in the meantime. Pebbles going on to Empath. Look at the combo him now. We'll get the kill right here, but at what cost? Monkey King is nearby. Rally is here as well. There's the jumping back and forth from Monkey King. Another heavily fought. The Compel connects. The Wanjin slam to help finish him off. So Visions actually gets credit for the kill right there. Ends up getting the kill in the middle lane. At least a counter kill for Empath. Definitely worth it there for the Hellborn team. And Monkey King will increase his GPM slightly because of that, but Dark Lady stays alive, and her GPM is getting up there. But again, it goes back to that after her, it drops off quite a bit as far as their team goes. Granted, it's not much better on the Legion side either, so you're still definitely worried. about that Dark Lady and the progress she is making here, no doubt.
Well, you certainly are, and I just wanted to point out Flensmeister did.
Yeah.
Should we call him Lycat Gerald's?
I know.
I'm just gonna call him Flensmeister, even if it's not him. Whatever. He did finish that home with the Black Legion, so this tells me that they really want to take fights early. They want to, try and get map control and at least try and starve the Hellborn team out. And if they choose to continue to farm, I feel like they're going to be in trouble here because Runecleaver Dark Lady farms a lot faster than Shadowblade with Helmet of Black Legion. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, it goes back to the idea, though, too, if going the Helm, is like, that goes back to Energizer would have been good for getting in team fights, but so is Helm, honestly. Helm gives you that beefy presence of being in those front lines. He dishes out a good magic damage, as you were pointing out earlier, with the Gargantuan Blast, with that Faint Siphon. So he's still good for earlier on, but going this Helm build, it's not necessarily the biggest impact for his farm. As you see these stacks right here, sure, he's killing them in the end, but, compared to if he invested that gold into something like a Lightbrand here, they'd be dropping that much quicker even. So, yeah, you definitely look at that pickup and going off of what you're saying right there, comparing it to the Dark Lady, you definitely still got to be concerned if you're this Legion team. And Shadowblade's still at the bottom lane with that set, so it seems like he is more in that farming mind here, that farming focused mind. And again, that goes back to his item choice. Was that the most efficient here? We'll see if that pays off in the end. But speaking of farming, Pebbles 300 gold per minute. He is getting close to that portal key. He's right here. He has a double damage in the middle lane. He's kind of acted like he wants to go in, but without the portal key, he can't do much. Uh-oh, Rally. Rally's going to be found here off to the side. He has a Compel. Going to take a Kexon right there. Master of Arms coming in. Turn comes out. Oh, the Compel over the ledge just in time. Rally will survive. Very close. Bottom tower in the meantime, though, goes in favor of Shadowblade there, so good push coming out. And there's the
Shadowblade's actually farming more than Dark Lady right now. I'd expect that to change here pretty quickly, especially with all these stacks. And he's had his Runecleaver for quite a while now. So Pebbles in the middle lane is going to be an issue on Ricky. Here we go.
Yep, there we go. Indeed, Seismic Slam takes out Pebbles. That was even with the Defensive Master's call, but Bubbles pissed off. Wants some revenge. Kelfield comes out. They finish off Rally. Can they take out Aluna or Monkey King? Deja Vu coming out. Aluna's going to survive for now. You see the E4 from Shadowblade. Gets close enough to get the kill onto Aluna. In fact, Monkey King probably even helped Shadowblade a little bit right there. Said, here, kill my Aluna and then get back. So might not have been the best choice to heavily vault right there in that direction at least. But in the end, good assistance from Shadowblade, who, by the way, just finished his Lightbrand. So look at that. Using that soul sight right there to even get the kill. And actually going back in with that Gargantuan Blast. Monkey King trying to fall back. Engineer, nice turret, though, to finish him off. And now Empath going to have to just sit there and not do much else. So well played as a whole by Team Excellent. Now, while that was happening, Dark Lady does push the top tower at least. So a solid response there. But still, good kills coming in the middle lane for Excellent.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, if they can, increase their lead even more, it may not be recoverable for the Hellborn team. Now, I believe they were waiting on Pebbles to get his portal key before they took a fight, but the way things just kind of transpired in the bottom lane, I'm really glad to see Shadowblade joining these engagements. If he were to AFK farm,
yeah,
I think it would be pretty detrimental overall to the Legion team. So yeah, joining in there, getting a kill and an assist, about 440 gold per minute, and like you said, yeah, he does have the Lightbrand now, so he has a lot more farming capability. Of course, it will help you fight a little bit as well. So overall, pretty good engagement for the Legion team, but Dark Lady, she's got her core items for sure. Expect her farm to certainly kick off. And yeah, I was talking about how Shadowblade was out farming Dark Lady, but suddenly she's actually in front with that tower kill and killing some stacks. Well, she's going to start to pull away here.
Yeah, that's where she really shines. Now, I want to comment on something that Shadowblade did right there, as we might have some action. O'Reilly says hello. Middle lane, maybe. Monkey King pushed up. Engineer with that invis. Not going to happen, though. But going back to Shadowblade, I was curious. He actually got rid of his Lightbrand for a second. I thought he was like, almost sold it. I was like, what the hell's going on? But no, he dropped it. He put it in the stash even. He bought 3 duck boots, and then he used his ultimate on himself. So obviously taking advantage right there of the fact that you don't need to permanently have those items. We see that, we've seen that in the past where even later on you buy a dancing blade, just use the ulti on yourself, and then you sell it once again immediately before it becomes half price. So taking advantage right there of the mechanics, he actually gets up to plus 18 agility now as a result of that with the Essence Shift ability. So just again, a smart heads-up play there coming out from who we believe to be Flensmeister at least. And also, shows you, of course, understandably so, focusing on the agility build here when it comes down to it, at least as far as using his Essence Shift. But not many other choices, though, when it comes down to it. So middle lane in the meantime, Monkey King going to be combo. The portal key for Pebbles coming into play right there. Quick kill. Level 13 Dark Lady, however, is running over. Empath goes inside. This could be a big chance here for the Hellborn team. Poured in from Rally. Essence Link to stun Bubbles right there. The chase is on, but no, Dark Lady cannot get close enough. She ran out of mana there to Charging Strikes. If she had Charging Strikes up with those Dark Blades, that probably was dead Bubbles. But she just couldn't Charging Strike, so not the best response in the end from the Hellborn team.
No, that was unfortunate. Looked like it'd be a great turnaround, but just kind of underestimating his mana pool, and I believe the Cover of Darkness was unfortunately what used it all up there, so bit of a misplay there, and as a result, ooh, Impact. I thought that was going to be denied. That was really close. Shadowblade charging in here, but yeah, looks like everybody going to be good, so yeah, definitely agreed, like I talked about. Continuing to talk about Legion team forcing the issue. Dark Lady's really not that scary right now. Sure, she can do a ton of damage, especially with Impact inside her, but she doesn't have a Shrunken. She's not really that farmed, so they can definitely take a lot of fights now. Try and gain some map control and starve her out a little. But yeah, overall the Golden XP still about pretty heavily favoring the Legion team. 4.5k, 3.3k experience just about. And yeah, a lot of that I think comes back to this Monkey King. He's really struggled most of this game. 1, 4, and 3, only about 200 gold per minute. So definitely would like to be a lot higher as Monkey King. But Monkey King definitely a fantastic hero for coming back. He's got a ton of farming tools, so we'll have to see how, I don't know if it's Alme or Alm we'll do here. Bubbles, by the way, Bassett's despite he's actually 3-1 and 3, so he's recovered pretty well, pretty low on the levels, but he does have that portal key now, so he's done a pretty good job just roaming around, helping out wherever he could after that top kill. But looks like we retreated to a bit of a farming game. So yeah, Flinsmeister, by the way, did finish that, or I'm looking at his illusions. It's really the illusions look the exact same, like literally.
Yeah, they really do. Yeah,
that's insane. But yeah, he did finish that Searing Light. So we'll see if he chooses to finish the full Dawnbringer, or just keep this.
I think it's
the
going.
farming.
Yeah,
I think finishing the full Dawnbringer is definitely the way to go. I mean, he's already pretty tanky. Just the extra, all the extra stats and the extra health, definitely really good. But bottom lane Rally, yeah, looks like they wanted to get him, but he was a little too quick on the response. So kind of retreat into a bit of a more passive style game here, Ricky.
Yeah, you know, and especially if he goes for the dumber, I kind of wonder with that essence shift ability as I was referring to earlier, is he going to keep that agility trend, or will he maybe look to switch it up past the Dawnbringer build up? But something tells me he's probably going to keep with that agility mindset and go for something like eventually a wing bow or whatnot. But obviously that will all depend too, and how the game progresses on. Monkey King going to be jumped in the meantime by Pebbles. Bubbles also assists. He gets chucked himself as actually is trying to chuck Monkey King right there. Bubbles shows us the way. Monkey King is still alive somehow. It's probably going to fall in the end. Oh, the bottle charge is not enough. Alme doing a great job of surviving as long as he could. Support is coming over. Darkly jumps in with those dark blades and tears up Bubbles. So at least they get a counter kill, and that goes back to what we mentioned earlier. He has the portal key, but he is still damn squishy. You know, he's got the basics basically, and obviously kind of showed it right there. So at least a good counter kill coming out from I'm Carry playing the Dark Lady. And it seems like it's just continuing to be the same thing. Really, Dark Lady and Shadowblade competing for that top farm in the game. As far as everyone else, I mean, it's pretty static, honestly. No one's really surpassing what they were before, even going below. It's just basically staying the same, it seems like. So kind of an even game when you look at it from that point of view. Granted, overall, the stats are in favor of Excellent. 5,400 gold lead, 5,200 experience lead, but I find it hard to sit here and say that means they're going to win by any means. I mean, you got a level 16 Dark Lady now. She is well on her way to finishing up a Shrunken Head here, already with the Abyssal Skull Rune Cleaver pickup, so that is not good news.
Well, it's good that at least Shadowblade is really keeping up with her. I kind of expected Dark Lady to pull away, but Flinsmeister, being the fantastic carry player he is and attractive, is doing quite a good job with that Searing Light, continuing his farm. I think I've been seeing Pew doing also some great stacking in the woods for him, which will boost his farm considerably. So, with that said, Excellent probably not too unhappy about trying to drag this out into the late game. Shadowblade is definitely a late game hero. He certainly can carry very hard. Of course, Dark Lady, as I'm sure most people are aware, is certainly in that category as well. In terms of who wins late game, it's gonna be hard to tell. I think maybe it's more of the supporting cast even, or just the better play in the end. So I feel like right now, Excellent supporting cast, just all the heroes around Shadowblade are probably going to be a lot more useful than the Hellborn. So yeah, speaking, by the way, supporting guys, Engineer already picked up a portal key. He's actually level 12, finds that a fantastic game.
Jeez.
Very farmed, hasn't even died yet, and they could be looking to make a kill in this middle lane.
Well, I wanted a couple of things I want to touch on here. So Shadowblade, by the way, he has 3,300 gold. So he might be going for something like a straight shrunken head here at this rate. So not going to be finishing up the Dawnbringer, at least it looks like. I don't think you're saving up for buyback at this point necessarily. So again, probably either a straight shrunken head or even something else, but probably not Dawnbringer. Clearing out the opposing agents, well put on their part. But I was going to bring up something else to keep in mind. Oh, middle lane, Monkey King going to be comboed down here, trying to use that one jump slam. The Heavenly Vault away isn't going to be enough. I think it might actually be. The chase is going to continue. Portal key for Pebble's going to be up shortly, but not in time. 2 more seconds. Here we go. Cover of Darkness comes out. Dark Lady jumps and Bubbles gets absolutely annihilated. Master of Arms going to fall as well. And Shadowblade's by himself. He's in his essence form right here. He does not have a Gargantuan Blast. There's a Gargantuan Blast. Nice Stalagmites coming out. Beautiful energy field as well. And that will stall the Hellborn team from going any further. So at least they save Shadowblade at the end, but call it karma. A big counter right there after Monkey King barely survived. Well played.
Yeah, it was a great rally stun, hitting Bubbles and Engineer. I think, or not Bubbles and Engineer, Bubbles and Master of Arms. Master of Arms actually got tableted away initially, but unfortunately it was kind of a tablet more into them. But here we go, and Breaky, oh, yeah, looks like nothing gonna happen. Looks like they almost got Pebbles, but he will get away. But yeah, just fantastic team fight. Rally stun, definitely setting up things nicely for them. And, you know, I thought Shadowblade was screwed there. They did a great job of saving him, but yeah, I mean, Hellborn team looking pretty good this game. Level 17 Dark Lady, like you said, and now Shadowblade 4,000 gold.
Yeah.
Will he look to go for that Shrunken, maybe to pick up something so they can go and fight right now, or will he continue to farm? I don't know. It's kind of a tough call because I don't know if they're really guaranteed to win a fight anymore at this point. You know, with the Shrunken head on him, sure, it'd be great, but as we saw, that last fight definitely went in the way of the Hellborn. So actually he picks up a Blessed Sword.
Huh. So is he
maybe
splitting?
goes like a Frost Wolf, or maybe, I mean, he could get, I mean, there's a lot of options here.
I mean, he could. I've seen the sheep stick route before. I mean, that's what I was getting at earlier. Are we going to see him transition his primary stat? Are we going to see him maybe go for more of that intellect style? Maybe figuring against Dark Lady wants to get that kite factor even. So I don't know, but he does use his S shift right there, by the way. Okay, he actually changes his main stat to strength here. Wants to bulk up a little bit. He actually used it on Pebbles as he walked by him.
Slower attacks now. It's weird.
Yeah. Okay, but this is actually good. Speaking of Shadowplay, something else I wanted to bring up. His Feint Siphon ability is something to keep in mind too as this game progresses on. It could be good against a hero like Dark Lady. Now, I'm not sure how it interacts with Shrunken Head. I assume it gets removed, which what I'm talking about, of course, is the draining the damage ability that comes from Feint Siphon. So, as far as, you know, using that on Dark Lady to drain her damage or even something like the Monkey King. But again, I would assume the Shrunken Heads would take it off, and even when the Shrunken Head's up, it probably wouldn't get that draining effect. But I'm not exactly 100% sure by any means.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you can actually use it on someone who is Shrunken Headed just for like the teleport effect.
Yeah, but not actually that draining.
Will, retain the minus. Well, they won't retain the debuff if they are magic immune. So that, I'd be surprised if it was any different.
But again, the point being that the possibility is at least there to drain her damage somewhat if you maybe get her after a Shrunken Head or even before of locking her down. So, but you know, maybe that isn't the most realistic in the end at the same time. But yeah, again, I wouldn't be surprised if Shadowblade maybe transitions into more of that intellect style. Now, Engineer going to jump here in the middle lane. They're going to go for something. Bubbles with the comfort follow-up. Rowley's being locked on. Dark Lady able to get away at least, so Rowley will be killed. Can Dark Lady ultimately get away? Oh, the Feint Siphon used right there. But Monkey King pushes back Shadowblade a couple times with the Heavenly Vault, and the wall off as a just-in-case right there at the last second. So you see the one kill happening. Did he buy back? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, Rowley buys back, actually. And Master of Arms finds himself in an awkward spot. The stun comes out on a Monkey King. Luna with the follow-up, but not going to be much else after that. So that's how it's going to end right there.
That was a big save, I think, by Monkey King. I felt like Dark Lady might have been in a little bit of trouble there. Of course, Shadowblade doesn't have the Frostband effect yet, so I don't know if she would have been able to simply run away, but I felt like she could have been in a lot of trouble if Monkey King had not kind of vaulted Shadowblade backwards, so pretty big save there in the end. But yeah, these team fights kind of just going a little bit back and forth. We got kind of the matchup of Shadowblade against Dark Lady. Dark Lady's actually approaching 600 gold per minute, but Shadowblade's still at about 530, and You know, unless he gets a lot of kills, I'd be surprised to see him go much higher.
I'm pretty sure he's going Sheepstick, by the way. He got the Acolyte Staff. He
Oh, really?
has enough for the Mana Tube, so...
Huh. So that kind of tells you he's probably going to be more focused on that range form, the
Yeah.
Soul Sight for doing damage. But, I mean, I've seen builds like that before. I know, you know, I played with Jeppins a lot, and he is kind of the, you know, underused, awkward hero.
Master of, not heroes.
Kind of guy. I don't know what else to call him, but
Gravekeeper.
I've seen him actually go for it. That build like something that before they changed Hellflower. Even he would go for the Hellflower and just do a ton of damage with that range form, just kind of making himself more of a range carry than anything. So, kind of a similar concept here. How much int does he have? You'd think he'd want to get.
Well, he's going to need to use it on. He can't use it on himself. He has to use it, on Bubbles right there. Okay, so now plus 27. Then he'll probably use it on himself eventually.
Well, can't he? No, he can't like E and then use it on himself.
No, because or can you? You know what?
It doesn't. I don't know.
I don't think it no, that doesn't change your primary stat. So you have to actually get somebody that's primary stat is that at that point, and then you can use it on yourself after. Because right now, Intellect is his primary stat because you use it on Bubbles. So.
Okay.
So again, talking about earlier how maybe if he gets enough gold saved up, buy an Acolyte Staff, use it on yourself, then sell the Acolyte Staff, things like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so he does get the Sheepstick, and again, as I was saying earlier, it does bring a little more kiting presence, more that, and also I mean, you can't forget the Sheepstick itself as far as a lockdown goes. That's obviously great for heroes like that Monkey King, like the Dark Lady especially. So I can see where he's coming from that point of view, but. Oh, middle lane, actually. Nice pickoff right there onto Empath to start things up, but at what cost? Pebbles now in trouble. He's going to be pushed back by Monkey King. He will fall. And a 1-for-1, not the exchange you're looking for. However, here comes Shadowblade. The range for it, but Dark Hoodie jumps on it. Gargantuan Blast going to use, so he is fairly tanky right now. Running away, the energy field coming out right there. The Portal Key fine. Going to be used, locking them down somewhat, but it's destroyed nearly immediately. Pebbles comes back into the fight, though, with the buyback. Here we go by the leader's name. Dark Hoodie will fall, and now Bubbles comes in with the kill, but he shows us the way. Rally goes down. Monkey King trying to pour it out. Will it be in time? Will it be in time? No, it will not. He goes down as well. 4 players dead all of a sudden. Is it going to be 5? Yes, it is. A genocide for Team xCet. A beautiful buyback coming out by Pebbles right there.
Yeah, that was really well played by Pebbles, and especially Bubbles. Pebbles was huge in that fight, catching almost everyone. I like how he played patiently, waiting for you know, his teammate, the Pebbles, coming back from that buyback, and just when Pebbles arrived, that's when he chose to initiate. So really well played by Bassett there, especially, and then that buyback, of course, paid dividends.
Yeah.
So definitely a good fight. You know, keep in mind, no one lost their Empath right away. Of course, Pebbles died immediately after, but man, just imagine, I think if Empath, well, she's only level 8 top. She doesn't have that level 2 ult, but still, if she was in Dark Lady, could have gone a little differently there. I don't know if the outcome would have been too different, but certainly a resource that they cannot afford to lose out on in a big team fight like that. So Legion team will take out Kongor. Token of Life, as you'd expect, picked up by Shadowlight. He's got another 2,500 gold here, so in terms of this hero breaky, of what he's going to get next, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know, maybe finish the Dawnbringer would still be pretty good. I don't
see why not.
He gets the debuff from that range from the auto attacks. So maybe another more intellect focused damage item, something like a Hellflower even, or I see people go like Charged Hammer. I don't know.
Yeah, no, let's just leave it up for I catch arrow here to determine, but something I want to say so far, in my mind at least, talk about MVP status. I think Engineer has kind of been that. Ever since that Portal Key pickup especially, those energy fields have been pretty brutal in these team fights, cutting them off when they want to progress, and also in that last team fight as we saw, I mean, he's just getting them off in the best of areas, it seems like, right there on this uphill, you know, kind of, or is more so over here, I guess, but on the uphill, kind of disorienting Calling Karma a little bit, you know, that forced him to take the time to kill it even, so I think Engineer has been doing a great job of that, and actually even gets a Void Talisman on top of it all, sitting with the Energizer and Portal Keys. So Fine has had some pretty awesome farm. In fact, he's even third on his team, surpassing Bubbles here as far as the GPM goes. So good by him.
Fine is top lane.
Yeah,
Alex in a little bit of trouble here. Willie, I don't think he's getting away. Oh, just barely escaped.
Quantum Slam. Oh my God, the tablet by Pebbles to finish him off, and then he actually falls back after. So.
It's a massacre.
Yep, took the damage from the Kelpo, but now we see Dark Lady running in. The Taint Soul comes out. Pebbles though with that haste, Junior's gonna be fine. Bubbles also porting away, so that'll be the end of that.
So yeah, I just wanted to point out, Fine is kind of like a quiet player that a lot of people weren't too familiar with, but definitely recognized among competitors as one of the better players, especially in the European scene. Just hasn't really had a team he's been that's been, you know, too serious, but Team Excellent looking good here, and I think he's definitely played a big role in that. Just his jungling and his second support, hell, I think he's one of those players that's kind of all around. He can play most anything pretty freaking well.
Yeah.
Myself, kind of include myself in that as well, being the best. But yeah, certainly a player that people underrated even, so I think that's what I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah. Speaking of Dawnbringers, Dark Kitty says, you know, I'll go on my own. She just finishes her own Dawnbringer right there. As far as how she's progressing, another 1,200 gold already saved. She just cleaned up triple stack Ancients. She is nearing that 600 gold per minute mark now. Is I'm Carry playing Dark Lady. So yeah, a full-on Dawnbringer for herself. You see her running at 420 movement speed, and that's before Martyr, or not Martyr, which we saw Martyr, before Empath was inside. Again, not only with the movement speed, but the attack speed as well. Brodex 5 level actually. He takes a Taint Soul right there, but quickly falls back, and there you go. There's our answer for Shadowblade. Going into form goes the Harkons.
Okay, yeah, that's an item a lot of people don't really think about too much, but could see how it has uses. Of course, there are 2 Shrunkins here. Oh, speaking of Shrunkins, top lane.
Yeah. Oh, Dark Lady jumps Bubbles. Bubbles tablet away is going to be enough to avoid Talisman also coming into play, but not enough. You see the items that have been built here. I wanted to mention earlier on Pebbles. Pebbles actually prioritized tablet after the portal key. We see kind of right there why, you know, trying to kite away from the Dark Lady as she initiates with those Dark Blades, but right there wasn't enough, and I assume those along the lines of what he said was, damn you all, or I love you very much, one of the two. Now, Shadowblade needs to ulti himself here, by the way. I'm surprised he hasn't yet. Because he's at 212 intellect. That 40% of that is definitely more than the 27 he's getting right here, so. At least I assume, I think that's how it works. I mean, if I'm mistaken, but.
He has a ton of it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did he just?
He needs to go int form and then, oh, did he change? No, somebody else.
I don't think so.
So he needs to go int form. Okay, use your ulti on yourself. Why is he not doing it? Am I missing something? I think he's just either forgetting or I'm just being an idiot because.
Well, okay, so, oh, what's going on? Oh, okay, never mind. It's target a hero to gain 40% of their primary attribute. So is his primary attribute still agility?
No, your primary attribute is
now
now because, like I said earlier, you used it on Bubbles, so it changes his to whatever the person he uses it on. So he's gonna at least do it right here. God, I feel like he's missing out on a lot of damage if he's not doing it. I don't know why. He's not doing it still.
He's pulling a trell. He bought a courier for a TP.
Did he really?
Yeah. See,
interesting. Oh wow, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, maybe it's kind of. I've seen people do this. It's kind of hard to remember, I guess, sometimes to refresh it. So it certainly would go a long way, though, to getting him quite a bonus.
It's going to be, it's like 40 plus. Anyways, we do see right here initiation coming out. Monkey King going to be bursting out. Riley, though, jumps in the meantime. Here comes Dark Lady as well. She doesn't have Empath aside. There's Empath aside. Bubbles will fall. Token of Life going to be used by Shadowblade right here. Although Shadowblade, excuse me, after those bubbles for some reason there. They go back on Shadowblade, though, but Dark Lady being locked down. Dark Lady being completely locked down. The Harkons and everything else doing too much damage. She will fall. She buys back immediately, but Empath also dead. Rowley's going to die. The buyback from Dark Lady. She's going balls to the wall, baby. I don't think it's going to happen, though. She's going to fall once again. That was a silly decision right there to jump back in. And I don't know why. I mean, okay, yes, you lost this fight, but this game isn't over by any means. So, yeah, that decision to buy back and dive in when it was already 1v5, that's kind of a, we kind of give up at this point. So, vulnerability comes out, but I think especially after that, damage is going to be done right here as they're going to push into the base. I mean, they dropped Shadowblade off the bat, got the token of life used, but obviously it wasn't enough.
Did he buy back again? Holy crap.
He did, wow.
He bought back again, so gonna save the Rex, I guess. I mean, he's pretty much the only, well, okay, everybody else is resing now, so yeah, Monkey King's live. So yeah, just fantastic execution by Legion team, taking out Monkey King before the fight basically even started. Then they kited out Dark Lady's Shrunken Head.
Yeah.
Beautifully. You even saw Engineer just kind of running away, use that Energizer. And then, of course, they have those green triangles, the Void Talisman, to kite her even more. So, yeah, definitely well played by Excellent. And once her Shrunken Head was out, you could just see them all converge on her and instantly kill her. Speaking of converging on Pew, Pew's getting converged on, and the Eye. So, unfortunate for him, he's going to get caught up there and lose the Eye. But not the end of the world. If there was a Kongor up, it could have been a little disastrous because they could have taken Kong and forced a 4v5 fight. But Kongor is still dead. Looks like they were trying to catch Bubbles here, but he will escape. But Hellborn team barreling down the middle lane.
Yep.
We'll see if the Legion team is interested in taking a fight. Remember, they do not have token this time. I think the token was a very big deal in that last fight, but we'll see. Darkblade, remember, 2 buybacks used last engagement. That may come back to haunt them.
There we go. Jump in for Bubbles. Nope. Ports away, though. Shadowblade doing what he can down here at the bottom lane, being the distraction here. So middle tower falls, bottom tower goes down. That might be the end of that. Shadowblade's still pushing, but unless they come to actually fall back and defend this, he's going to still push. So you see at the top lane, Dark Lady actually goes up there to clean up what she can. Again, out of both buybacks now, so especially no reason to be sitting on so much gold. At least more than this. Has 2,700 gold. We'll see where she goes. Shadowblade finds a Luna roaming in. 3 shots here. Rally comes in, but if you're Rally here, I don't know why you're sticking around. You have no support nearby. Yeah, even if that support didn't come, I mean, what are you going to do? Solo with Shadowblade? Come on. Come on.
Yeah. Bit of a silly decision there, so.
Oh, and the Rift Shard's coming
in
in now.
Crits?
Yep. He is going to be hitting freaking hard. I'm still honestly, he does have 34 charges now. I feel like he used that on Bubbles, though, or somebody else, not even himself. Because I just feel like it should be higher. Again, maybe not, though. I don't know. I don't know.
This hero's crazy.
He really is.
He's playing so many health pots right now. Where does Courier go? Oh, is that his Courier? Oh, he's got his own Courier now.
Yep.
Once eventually you get so farmed, you just buy yourself a Courier.
Has a Homecoming Stone still on it, so.
Oh yeah, it's still there.
Decent strategy coming out.
Some decent micro if he has to like run away, but I guess I'll have to like sell Steam Boots or something if he wants to port out. But anyway, with those 2 down, looks like Legion team kind of thinking about going in, but some great counter push on the Hellborn team, deterring them a little. Is Kongor up? I feel like. Did they kill it that recently? I kind of lost track.
They did, yeah. Yeah, it was the token life was used pretty much right away.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no Kongor. But Monkey King doing some illusion baiting here. Where's that illusion going?
Follow me over here.
Oh, looks like it's coming back.
Seeing if anyone was up to the side. Bubbles jumps in. That's the fake Monkey King, though, of course.
Oh, she did, I think.
Quickly.
That.
Oh yeah, Sheep Stick was used. That's yeah. So.
I'm just gonna fall back though. Oh, Monkey King illusion coming in again for some more havoc. Here it comes.
Guys, run away. It's the real thing, we swear. Now, there's the real thing. Are they going to catch Bubbles? No, nice portal key away with the take cover. They're just hoping for the best right energy field off to the side, but Dark Hoodie off to his side. Going into Shadowblade. Shadowblade being locked in. Actually, he's in Gargantuan Blast form. He's tanky, but is he tanky enough? Pebbles actually taking the onslaught now. Pebbles going to end up playing. No, Sheepstick. And look at that freaking turnaround. The crits coming out from Shadowblade. He may still fall in the end, holding his Gargantuan Blast coming out. He does die in the long run as the Monkey King is able to pick him off, but it is just him dead with Dark Hoodie and everyone else dead. Monkey King, not much he's going to be able to do by himself. He throws down the Wand Gem Slam, trying to run away now from Bubbles and the rest of the team. I think he might be fine. Oh god, Drunken Head wearing off right there. Never mind, he is not fine. Another genocide for Team Excellent, and if it wasn't over already, it could possibly be after that one.
Yeah, Pebbles bought back. Even I like this buyback. I think it's going to let them secure some pretty serious building damage here. Probably even the Rex. It should definitely be the Rex. Dark Wave, no buyback. Monkey King does have a buyback, so we'll see if he chooses to use it. He will be just him and Empath. Empath does not have access to her ultimate. Okay, Luna as well. But will they be able to stop this by themselves? Pew is actually quite low. He's actually picked up a Slayer. So transitioning into carry. It looks like Flinsmeister is just flying his courier around for no reason. But here we go. Here's the fight.
Oh, Master Rob's almost dying.
He barely gets away, so no Rex, but
chuck him. Chuck him.
A little unfortunate for Pebbles playing back there. They didn't get the Rex. But overall, probably a 1 fight for them. Shadowblade did go down, of course, Dark Lady, and I think Brodex really wants to kill him.
Yes, he's really trying.
If I was him, I'd like red ult myself.
I think he might have actually, because he was sitting right next to him the whole time. That's if he wanted to chuck him, but I think they're having some fun with that. But he does live in the end. Level 4 Rift Shards now finished, I believe, on Shadowblade. Yeah, he does buy them out. Invis Pebbles. Now, Demonic Breastplate is not going to be shown right here. He's actually going to sit on the Kongor pit.
Get out, I think. Be close. I'm going to have to auto attack him once. Oh no,
they have a
that's
Rift
a
down, they know.
counter.
Oh, this is big. This is big. They get to kill Pebbles right off the bat. That's huge. Shadowblade comes in, but Shadowblade, holy crap, drops Empath, throws a sheep stick on a Dark Lady. Bubbles like, I want some action too. He shell surfs away, but Pebbles is not buying back here. They know it.
Engineer is nowhere near as well. He's actually regening right now, so I don't think the Hellborn team is aware of this.
He just got post-haste, so they're going to jump Shadowblade. Shadowblade dropping quick. The rep shot crits. Yes, Shadowblade's going to fall. Not good. He does not have buyback. Is excellent throwing this game right now. This is not good.
Could be. I think it's going to be free Kong.
It is. I mean, there's no way they're preventing Conger with Shadowblade and Pebbles dead. Yeah, easily free Kong. Look at that. Oh, and actually maybe another kill. Nope. All right. Well, this game ain't over just yet, Riser.
Yeah, certainly not. Looks like Dark Lady sold her Abyssal Skull. Yeah. To pick up the token. So will he buy his own courier with an Abyssal Skull on it? We got an old-fashioned carry versus carry, I feel like, in this game. And man, if Dark Lady, I would almost even recommend just rebuying her Shrunken, because you just see what happens when her Shrunken head goes down.
Yeah.
She just melts, especially to that Shadow Blade. He's just two-shotting people. But yeah, they've done a great job most of the time kiting out her Shrunken and then just converging on her. But in these fights, Shadow Blade definitely got caught out pretty hard. He's not really that tanky. I mean, he dies pretty quick, but here we go. Codex even used by Bubbles there, trying to take out Monkey King, but he will just simply walk away. And they've got the Aegis on Dark Lady. This is, if you're excellent, you got to be a little concerned there. It's going to really take some outplaying these team fights for them to, kite her long enough to burst her down. But then, there is still the Monkey King. He's not really that far, but at this stage in the game, Monkey King with a few items is still pretty freaking fierce. Only himself can dish out some decent damage, so it's not just Dark Lady. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of farm on the other heroes, but they can certainly still make an impact as the game progresses. So I wonder if Shadowblade really, what does he go for here? He place the Helm, I guess, if he wants, for something to make him tankier. Finish the Dawn. I mean, he hasn't finished the Dawnbringer. I guess that's not really on the list of to do it all.
Yeah. This
game, but yeah, we'll see. Looks like Hellborn actually wants to force the issue right away. And where are they going? I think they want bottom tower. Yeah. I think it's the last outer tower. So
I think he just goes Behemoth's Heart here, honestly, just something like that, just to really bulk up. But hell, Wingbow actually wouldn't be out of the question. Of course, maybe change your focus to more of an agility focus if that's the case. But not. I mean, you don't need to go agility focus just because you have a Wingbow by any means either. So I think he could definitely pull that off too. But
he's certainly dishing out plenty of damage with that int form. Jesus.
Yeah.
And the Harkons, it's kind of, he's just two-shotting the supports. He crits them once they die.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I think it's going to be the Behemoth's Heart, or that would probably be his best.
Yeah, he could just what is it called? Disassemble the and already have the what is it called?
The
Beast Heart.
Yes.
So.
One also, Team Excellent, they obviously going, having fun with it in the end too. That's definitely clear in a couple of cases. The item is, the Codex on Bubbles. I don't know if that's necessarily your more serious build by any means. You would go even for especially later on in the game, but is that a level 1 Codex still even? No, it's a level 2 actually. Okay, Sheepstick on a Dark Lady. Wow, a lot of initial damage. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, they already been counter pushed by Pebbles coming out. So we got a little bit of a race on our hands. They're going to initiate out a Shadowblade. Shadowblade dropping quick. Shadowblade falls one off the mat. He is not. Yes, he does buy back, actually. He does buy back right away. So they get that used. Now, in the meantime, we still have Pebbles. He cleans out the racks. So what is the Hellborn team going to do? Here we go with the response. Energy field put down. Dark Lady dropping. Dark Lady does have the token of life, though, remember. She's going to go over here. Look at the freaking crit. She will eventually fall. Empath goes out. She doesn't have a shrunken head, though. Empath falling out. Dark Lady taking a lot of damage. And look at the crits coming out from Shadowblade. Empath goes down as well. And now Luna and Rally falling back. So well played right there by Team Excellent from the counter push by Pebbles to just the coming back into the fight. And yeah, we just saw the crits right there coming into play. When the Shrunken is down, you touched on it earlier on Dark Lady. She is really susceptible, and that showed. And they're also going to pick off Rally, so I think Team Excellent.
It might be. This might be a game. No buybacks. Dark Lady is just 4,000 gold, but no buyback. That really sucks for her. Monkey King and Rally actually both have buyback, so perhaps not the end, but Bassett's coming in here. Oh, just cleaning some creeps. Yeah, that couldn't have gone better for Excellent. They killed Dark Lady, killed Token, didn't lose a single building, got mid-racks, killed Rally. I mean, what more can you ask for? And they might even get this bottom racks. What is Bubbles doing up here?
Oops.
I thought Swedes were good at video.
I think he was trying to bind to the levels of Codex, honestly, but
I mean, he could have just distracted them, so they've got racks even. So I don't know. Here we go though.
Well, Rally jumps in. He's out of mana now, though, and look at the quick turnaround again. The Harkons that crit so much freaking damage. He's at plus 48 intelligence now on Shadow Blade, so he has a lot of damage potential coming out, especially in that E form. Soul Sight. Call it Karma. Doesn't want it to be so, but yeah, I don't blame them. I mean, obviously you're down 1-0. This is it here in the single elimination tournament, and on top of that, I mean, they do have carry potential. They got Dark Hoodie. She is hitting hard herself, so you never know. Then maybe you can get the lucky pick off, especially with no buybacks and all of a sudden push back. But Master of Arms, yeah, finishing the Savage Mace himself. So you've been picking up on some carry presence there.
Good engineer has a geometer, so
oh wow,
quite farmed on these supports. Everybody is pretty farmed. Bassett's is still worthless with this Codex 4, but other than that, looks like Dark Lady opted to get a called Snake Bracelet. Yeah, Snake Bracelet. So realizing that he's being two-shot, would hope to not get two-shot anymore. Maybe get some lucky evasion there, but pretty far away from finishing it. I don't know. I don't think he has any of the other pieces. I don't think so. So I don't think he's gonna be able to finish it anytime soon. Looks like Team Excellent, on the other hand, is kind of retreating. Fine. I think he's gonna go heal and then post haste back. Looks like Flynn's just gonna buy some health potions maybe. Man, he's just been. I think he spent like a gazillion gold on health potions. I see him just chugging them away at the observatories. Seems like most of the game. So where's his? Oh, is it? Do you have another item? Oh, he had a helm.
Oh yeah, he sold that. Yeah. I think he just got tired of the courier. Just simply felt like, just to be safer, put it on myself. Sell the helm. So.
Yeah, he does have one more buyback, so would be probably safer to save for the buyback than finish whatever. God knows what item next. But looks like Legion team is going to be pushing this top lane, and this could be the end for the hub. We'll see how this fight goes, Ricky.
There we go. Initiation on the tower. This is definitely it. Monkey King gonna jump in, striking it applied immediately. Rally in the background though, locking down Master of Arms. He's gonna take a sheep stick though, and he's gonna drop very, very quickly. Now here comes Dark Lady. She is coming off the bat. The charging strike, the red numbers popping up all over the place. Shadow Play will fall right there. Void Talisman on Bubbles. He's fine for now. Will he be fine in the end though? Take cover on top of the Taint Soul. He's good for now. Monkey King dropping around. The energy field once again plays out. Beautiful energy field once again. Dark Lady being locked down. Dark Lady is going to fall. Shadow Blade bought back. He's not even here yet. It doesn't matter though. Excellent gonna come out on top. And that should do it. We've said it several times now, but this time I think it's actually serious. This time it should be over.
I mean, Shadowblade dishing out tons of damage himself, but it seems like the supporting cast, like I talked about earlier, is too much to handle. Bassett's still trolling, even though the game's over. But yeah, that was a fun game to watch, Frankie, for sure. Like the Shadowblade, my eyes have been open to the Shadowblade build, I suppose.
The potential of this hero. I mean, again, he's a fun hero in that concept. He started off in more of the beefy build with the helm. He went into more your agility carry with the Searing Light, and then he's like, now I'm going full intellect style, sheepstick into Harkons. Again, that's the nature of the hero, though. It really is, obviously, with the design of the hero, and it's kind of cool to see it go through those phases. But yeah, obviously it worked out in the end, and Team Excellent had some moments there where seemed like, okay, maybe we need to make some better decisions, but in the end, Call of Karma, well put on their part as well. They definitely made it for an exciting and fun game to cast, but obviously falling just short, and as a result, Team Excellent takes the series 2-0. So they're going to be moving on, of course, to the next round. As far as who they're going to be playing, actually update the brackets real quickly just to double check. It looks like, yeah, they are going to be playing Donkey Kong in the next round, not the actual video game. They're going to be playing the team Donkey Kong.
I didn't know he played Han.
Donkey Kong, a couple of players, they're in Gold Division 4 Han Tour, so a solid team there. But obviously, Team Excellent looking good themselves. As far as the bottom portion is concerned, you have Internet Gangsters. They're going to be playing Kind of got startled there. They're going to be playing the winner of Bravo and We Not Fit, which I believe is actually going to be wrapping up there shortly. Bravo currently up 1-0 in that series. So that's going to be the next round of matches, which we will be covering one of those two, obviously, come the next round. So, Riser, any final thoughts on that match there before we go into another break?
Nice to see some interesting heroes, especially Shadowblade, which we were pretty much talking about the whole game, but otherwise, GG, well played. I think Color Karma had their moments, but in the end, excellent. Little too much class, little too much experience, and they took it away, of course. So,
yes, they did.
Well played.
Well played. Well played is a good way to say it. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit tight. We're going to go into a break right here. You know, it's going to be a little bit longer of a break, about half an hour to 40 minutes even, before the next round is set to take place. But when the next round comes around, should have a great semifinal matchup coming at you. Of course, best out of 3 here for the Ultimate Series Pyromancer Tournament. Definitely stay tuned.